Hi, I'm KP, and I'm making spring rolls today, which is why in an earlier video I was making noodles. What I'm making this time is called Nem Nuong, and what that basically is a pork meatloaf. And it's really like a meatloaf, it's just a lot of different things combined. The main component of the meatloaf is of course the pork. And a lot of places don't sell just ground pork, which is what I was looking for. I managed to find these pork cubed steaks, which will do. If you can't find packaged ground pork, then what you can do is ask the butcher to grind up about like 2 pounds worth of pork loin or some kind of lean cut of pork, and it's got to be around 2 pounds because you lose about a half pound to a full pound inside of the grinding machine. If you go to any Asian supermarket, then you should be able to find ground pork because at least East Asians, we use a lot of pork in all of our dishes, at least more so than the West Asians for reasons that should be obvious. And if it's not obvious, you should be taking a world's religion course. The next component of the Nem Nuong is some kind of glutinous flour, some kind of glutinous powder. You can use flour, regular flour, made of wheat. I'm going to be using rice flour today. Cornstarch works as well, potato starch, tapioca powder. I've used that before. It all works. It just works to give a little bit of body to the meatloaf. The next ingredient is garlic. If you're making about a 2-pound meatloaf, which is what I'm going to be doing, you need about 4 cloves of garlic. But anyone who knows garlic knows that 4 cloves of garlic really means 5 cloves of garlic. We also have ground black pepper, roughly 2 teaspoons, and sugar, about 4 tablespoons. Onion too, about half, diced. And finally, nuoc mam, or fish sauce. You need 2 tablespoons of this. If you're unable to use fish sauce because you're allergic to fish or something like that, then you can substitute 2 tablespoons of fish sauce with about 1 teaspoon of salt. If you can't have fish sauce because you're afraid of the smell of fish sauce, then get over it. Seriously. As with the preparation of most meatloaves, you just combine everything and mix, starting with the meat. Got the garlic, pepper, sugar, onion, pork. Okay, now that everything's combined in the bowl, I found the best way of combining everything together with any kind of meat is kind of just take your clean hands, get in there, and just start squeezing. It's not so much a massage, but like just get your fingers in there and then squeeze the pork through your fingers. And I guess that kind of just squishes it all together and kind of makes it into one homogeneous lump. And especially if you're using the pork cube steak, just trying to mix it around isn't going to get there because the cube steak is trying to maintain its little steak configuration. So just get in there, stick your fingers in there, squeeze it, and then everything will incorporate a lot more homogeneously than trying to mix it together this way. And also it'll take a lot less time. The only thing is you'll have to get your fingers a little dirty. Just like so. But I think that's okay. Now that everything's nice and incorporated, it's time to transfer it to a baking sheet. At about this time, it'd be a good idea to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Now that all the meat is on the baking tray, you want to knead it into a kind of a rectangular shape to make it easy to slice. It shouldn't be height-wise, it shouldn't be more than about 4 inches long, which is going to be about the length of your spring roll. So the meatloaf I created here is about 4.5 inches high, roughly 10 to 11 inches long, and about 1 inch thick. With those dimensions, then I go 375 degrees about 45 minutes. It may be ready about half an hour. I usually go until I see there's a little charring on the top. If you had more foresight than I did and preheated the oven earlier, it'd be ready by now. And as soon as it's ready, you just slide this in and then wait about 45 minutes, like I said. Now we wait. Alright, 45 minutes later, let's take a look. Alright, there you go. So yeah, 45 minutes is just about enough time to get a little bit of charring on the top, and by then you'll know that it's cooked all the way through. I put it on some foil just to ease the cleanup. Make sure you oil the foil first, and after that, what I'm going to do is Just slice this up, take off my oven mitt maybe, slice it up, and just slip into a spring roll and roll it up. But that's going to be for another video, and until then, enjoy.